A colleague of mine asked me the other day, what will you do on stage? And I told him that I will try not to fall off the stage like I did 2 years ago, and I will illuminate the topic of seaborne public transportation, and in particular electric seaborne public transportation, which is the path that we are on towards environmental goals and zero emissions. So, why seaborne public transportation? Well, we do have heavily congested roads in urban areas, and at the same time we have underused available waterways, which can be used as transport corridors into the city. Electric seaborne public transportation have also a positive environmental impact compared to transport by car, and gives also social benefits. And we see a potential of increasing population and industry on the islands in the archipelago, given the availability of reliable and comfortable transport modes. And then you can ask yourself, why not seaborne transportation? And what politicians and decision makers often say is that it's so expensive, it's too large investments. And we all know that it takes a lot more power to move a large vessel through water than another vehicle on land. And I can also do the math that a 300-passenger fast electric ferry is more expensive than 3 electric buses to build. But if we add the cost of infrastructure, we add the cost of maintenance of infrastructure, we add the cost of developing infrastructure to prevent the increasing congestions due to the increasing population, I don't think it's so much more expensive than the other ways. We can also, if we're looking at the northern archipelago, for example, then we also have the road ferries, which has the same crew amount as a passenger ferries. Our passenger ferry with 300 passengers has less crew than the 3 electric buses, and so on. And a ferry stop doesn't have to be more expensive than a bus stop, really. So, time for some background. We had a good presentation, and I can honestly say that everyone here knows Styrsöbolaget. Either you live at the island or work at the islands, and Styrsöbolaget is a part of your daily routine, and has been for decades or even generations. Or you're a visitor to this exhibition and have traveled with one of our ferries to the island. And we have also carried all the goods needed to build this expedition, including the trains that took you from the harbor and so on. But else than that, what we do today? We are electrifying our entire river fleet of 6 vessels. We are building a new electric ferry in Finland as we speak. And we are managing fast ferries and conventional ferries in the southern archipelago, whereof some of them offers cafe service where you can easily grab your breakfast or coffee on board on the way to your work or to the city. So what are the benefits for the commuters with electric seaborne public transportation? Well, the passengers has a comfortable rides compared to road congestions and to travel by car or several transport modes on the public transportation. They can, as we said, relax and enjoy breakfast on board, or actually start their workday and work efficiently during travel. In the river traffic, we carry about 3 million passengers on a yearly basis. Here in the southern archipelago, we are carrying another 3 million passengers. And this is to the islands which inhabitants of less than 5,000. So you can imagine that less than 5,000 persons in the archipelago, together with tourism, generates 3 million voyages every year. We do not operate yet in Northern Archipelago. The Northern Archipelago has a population of 12,500 as we speak, and it's expected to be closer to 14,000 in 2 years from now, due to increased expanding businesses and a lot of investment in residences. And this population and those workers are obliged to use cars or other transport modes to going to and from the city. So, therefore, we are partnering a pilot project commencing a 2-week period of trial starting this Monday to test a small foiling craft of the type of Candela P12, which during the last year has been on a trial in Stockholm, then operated by our sister company Blidesundsbolaget. The planned route is between the city center and Hönön Öckerö in the Northern Archipelago. And this craft has low passenger capacity, and in some ways it's still a prototype, but it's a very important proof of concept. And we find this a great opportunity to try the foiling technique in our waters and bring the topic of seaborne public transportation up on the agenda. At the same time, we keep our eyes open on other trials internationally. We are in particular very interested in a trial commencing end of this year with Red Funnel that will operate the Artemis in the Southampton area to Isle of Wight. And this vessel has a capacity of 150 passengers and is constructed to endure heavy winds and waves and has a range of 70 nautical miles with their electrical powered, of course. It also has seatings outside and toilets on board and making the longer journey comfortable to the passengers. So what are we suggesting then? We think that small foiling ferries should be used for local routes with the islands with small population. We think there should be hubs in the archipelago where large fast ferry has direct connection to the city center. We are also certain that we still need conventional ice-class vessels for the reliability. And those can for sure also be electric. They can be converted on a hybrid solution or run on HVO. So wrapping it up with our vision then. So we want to see integrated, sustainable network on water. We need the fast ferries from the archipelago to the city. We still need the water trams crossing the river rather than a bridge, another bridge preventing efficient shipping on the river. And we want to reduce emission and congestion and enhance urban mobility. So that's our vision for the future. Yeah. Too quick?
Too quick, yes. But very interesting. Nevertheless, Helena, I know that you were represented at the HR meeting today, HR meet.
Yep.
What do you do to get the best employees?
To get the best employees?
Yes.
We have a good recruitment process, of course. We try to be visible and in digitalization, to be visible in social medias, to connect. We are trying to work on the cooperation with the local schools, all the schools in the Gothenburg areas. We're trying to create lessons on board our vessels.
Do you think that's enough educational schools here? to
Yeah, I think the amount
fulfill
of
your
food-
demands?
No, it does not fulfill our demands, obviously, because we are hiring most of the one that is applying, at least for the higher positions.
Yeah. And Donso Ship Meets, they highlight this equality in shipping, as you can see over here as well. How is that represented at Styrsöbolaget?
I think we're far ahead compared to the business as a whole. Still, we are fighting to get more women on board, of course. At this moment, we still have 20% women among the seafarers in Styrsöbolaget. But at least this year, a few times we have had full 100% female crew on board, even on Kungsö with 4 or 5 persons. So that's a good change, but it's a long way to go.
Yeah, but you have seen changes in long term, that it's more women now than
Yes,
before.
but it's not quick enough.